Evening all, and welcome back to Factory Town. You can see we've used a lot of resources here. I did actually remove these. I used to remove resource and just got rid of them. Mainly because I want to speed it up because it takes a long time to grab things. And also there has been an update. We are now on version 0.51a, and that has some very big changes to the way farms and forestry works. Forestry works a little bit differently. It's still the same sort of principle. You put a forester down by trees. It now has a square area effect, as you can see, rather than a round one, and it chops down trees. I'm not sure if it replants them. I don't know. I have actually stopped my forester because it uses red coins. I was not aware of that when I put it down. I didn't know it's been like it, but I didn't notice it does that. And that means that all my red coins I've been saving up have been used cutting down the forester because I don't have a supply of red coins yet. Need to fix that. However, you will notice the farm has stopped working, even though it's got all the farm tiles. It's stopped working. There's been a complete change to how farms work, so you need to sort of redo things with them. And I thought I'd take this opportunity to move the farm because I don't really want to leave it there. What I want to do is have like these houses here have a gap in between. Let's do that. Let's put in the road. Oh, we've got no stone left, really? Wow, we have no stone left. Okay, I'm gonna have to get some more stone brick. We can do that. But yeah, I'm gonna have a 2 path between the two, and then another row of 5 houses here and here, and then along this side of the road we're gonna have the market, the general store, whatever other store comes along, they'll go along the road. That'll be our main road coming up. That's the idea that I want. Doesn't mean I've got to move the general store. That's easy enough done. But I've got obviously these things here that we need to move around and change around. The grain mills, in fact, could probably go. I think moves that one bit of corn over, and the grain mill. Yeah, that one can now be deleted, and as well as the conveyor belts. Let's remove all those. Because they're not going to work anymore, I'm going to get rid of the whole bridge thing there. Don't need that for the minute. I might, if I'm going to run the road along that line there, so it's a nice sort of square. Don't know what I'm going to put in there, not yet, but we'll figure that out. Most of the industry is going to go over there, and I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to get it to come down. Probably a train when we unlock them. If we unlock them, hopefully we will. We'll get there. But yeah, that's the plan. So let's remove those in that to remind myself to go that way. Okay, in fact, let's put in a footpath like so, and do that. I might need stone for something. I don't know yet. But that's the general layout. That's the plan. Then we're going to have houses over here. It means the farm's in the way, so we need to remove the farm. It is a different system. You'll notice there some of them tiles were a different colour. That's because of the way the new hydration system sort of works. It's a bit weird. There are a couple of ways of doing it, so we'll figure it out. But let's remove that farm as well, and we will get on with doing some bits and pieces. It looks as if we're full of stone, which we are. So I'm going to tell you to go up there. What are you doing? I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what half you people are doing. You're grabbing cloth into there to make cloth conveyor belts. You're full of cloth conveyor belts. That's fine. You're taking wood out there to the base, so I've got a supply of it. One thing I have noticed is I have no space left in the base at all for any free items. If I remove one of these carts, I will lose the wheels. They will just disappear into nothing. So I don't want to do that. I want to keep the wheels. Obviously, that's going to be a good idea. So that's sort of the idea. You are going to do nothing. I want to say, I think, I'm not sure. just generally want to build up on some of my stone. That's a very long way to travel. Yeah, I should get you taking stone out of there again. Go back to what you were doing. And then you people. One, you, two. There we go. Build the base again. Okay, that works. Right. So we have lots of resources here I don't want to lose. So I think what I want to do is make a new barn, or 3 or 4, and move the resources from over here, sort of in here, just out the way temporarily. I think we'll do that. We'll put in 2 barns, and I shall move the resources over from there using these carts. So you can grab conveyor belts. Off you go, and we'll stop production of everything for the moment. I think, and grab conveyor belts and go there. And I shall come back once I've emptied these resources out, and then we can sort of figure it out from then onwards, because I don't want to lose any of these. So yeah, so we shall be right back. Okay, so all the resources have been taken from all these bits and pieces here. The barns and workshop, they're all gone, so we can remove these, I think. Yes, I think kind of how I want this to go, but not right here. Let's remove all those, and those as well. I'll leave the forest there for a minute. He's okay. It's fine there. So, to get a farm working, I think I can remove those 2 as well. Okay, and yeah, we've got our resources in there and our wagons down there. I've not removed any of the wagons because, as I said, I won't have any wheels put in there if I do that. So, yep. Oh, and you are actually stuck on stone. Awesome. Okay, so we've filled up on stone. That's fine. That's fine. Right. So the farm. You see, we have a farming and mining tab here now, with trees, water, fertilizer, plant, apple, and tree. Which I'm not sure what either of those mean. Okay. But before, you had to have a farm for each individual thing to farm. So if I put this down, have to be on the coast. There are sort of 2 ways you can do this. The farm no longer auto grabs water. That's in there, because the farm itself isn't what supplies the water. The actual tiles do it now. But there are 2 ways. You can build this on water, and that means all your tiles will be hydrated automatically. Or you can build it on land and supply the farm with the water, and it will feed them all. So there are pros and cons to either way around it. I mean, I could build it out in the water out here somewhere, which wouldn't be impossible, but it would look a bit weird. So I think I'm actually going to do it here. I'm going to do it in land a little bit, facing downwards, I think. Right, you are going to there. So I want to leave like a 2 gap in between the forester and the farm at least, and it can sit there. There we go. Right, so now we have this farming and mining tab. If we don't push any buttons, if we was to grab a farm tile, which still requires fertilizer, we have loads of that, and put the farm tiles down, you see it's got a big, it's got a square area now. I'll put 4 down over here in the corner, just so they're out of the way, and that in itself won't do anything. You see the farm is ticking away, it's doing nothing. It's the water and fertilizer. They aren't required. As you see, the tooltip says it just speeds it up. they aren't actually required. What you need is to either choose grain, an apple tree, or a normal tree. So I haven't tried the normal tree yet, so I think we'll give that a go. Obviously, apple tree requires apples and grain requires grain. I need to do that. I need to do that. Do any of these barns have an empty? Yes, they do. Drop. Drop. The third one wasn't there? Yes, there was. Drop. So I've just realised that's not going to work. I'm going to need another barn, I think. Yeah, I think I'm going to need another temporary barn. So we'll put him up here, and he is just temporary one. And we shall say grab the apples, grab the grain, and grab the grain because we're going to probably go with grain mainly. That's in there. So we'll get 2 lumps of grain and we'll get 2 apples, and then I shall show you all the different things it works. The farm tile requires a crop seed. No crop planted. Use build farming tools to place a crop. It requires a crop. So if I go into farming or mining and I go plant tree, put it down. Only place on tree planter. Ah, of course, trees are forestry. That's obvious. That's weird. So you got a tree planter and a plant tree. Tree planter, I think, just puts the roots down and you put trees on top. It does require iron. Don't quote me on that, I'm not sure. So the farm can do grain and apple at the moment. I believe more options come along later. So if we put down grain, put down 2 grain there, you'll see when you mouse over it, they have a growth progress. And this is sped up by water and fertilizer. You can apply it directly to the crops. I'm not sure if you can do it with workers, but you can do it in here. You can go apply water, apply fertilizer. So when it's early days, you can do that to do that. If you supply the water and fertilizer to the farm, it will auto fill the tiles up as it goes. Water wise, you can also, if I just do this here, if you run a water supply right up against it, you will see, I believe, nope, okay. Yes, yeah, you'll see, put that one down there. There we go. They are both now fertilised. Sorry, they're both now watered. So you can do it that way as well. And apparently splashing water all over them as well does the job. Cool. But the water doesn't last forever, it gets used up. So it will need to be supplied. So you could either choose to dig out all around your farm, put your farm up on stilts and have water like a rice paddy. That'd work. And see there, the farm harvests it and then it starts regrowing. So that's how it works. And it has this here. And I believe apple trees work in exactly the same sort of way. You plant an apple tree. Oh no. Okay, so they are required on a tree planter. Now, is that still the farm? Or is that a forester? I don't know. A tree planter requires iron. We're a long way off that yet. So I can't do that. I did test this with grain and I assumed the apple tree was the same and even the tree was the same. But I'm guessing that they're going to be for the forester instead, which makes sense. Foresters deal with trees. But to put down trees, you have to put down the base, which I can't show you because I can't. None of them have a base because they're naturally occurring trees. But you put down the base and then you build a tree on top of it. So yeah, so the farm can do grain. That's it, which is fine. That's not a problem. To supply the farm with water, you need a water source. Now I have a well here, but I can't build them. They've been removed from this. Yes, I've got to research something to give me the wells. They're not in farming and mining. They're not in anything else. So yeah, that's a bit weird. I did fill my base up. I've got 189 water, so I can do things with it. But that is, don't think I'm allowed that yet. So yeah. But as I said, it's not actually required to make it work. We'll do it without it. So if we was to build this out, so, with all the crops in it. So, oh, and then remove that there because obviously we need a chute to come out of it. We could then fill this up with grain, which we're getting from here, which is almost completely done already, which is good because we need a fair bit of grain. So if I put down plant grain, costs 10 gold, so it is quite expensive. Then a farm is a fixture that you'll put down and leave. It doesn't require gold to harvest anything. Oh, we're out of grain. There you go. That's how quickly you run out of grain. So all grain gone. Awesome. Of course, the farm does produce grain, so you can sort of feed itself for a little bit. You could put a warehouse down here or a barn down here, and then have that as a buffer for the farm to fill up on grain, which probably makes a bit of sense. So I may do that. I think we will. I think we will grab a barn. I do like these new barn designs, though. I've got to say that they are a bit more rounded, a bit more detailed. I like it. I like it a lot. If that's the style that the game's going with, I like it. I completely approve of that. I do kind of like the blocky old textures. They're you know, they fit, but then when you have these sort of things, the resources, the stone bits, pieces, it sort of works. Yeah, but we've got the houses, obviously, and I think the market's the only other thing that's had a texture redo. All the others are the same as they were before. Might be missing something, I don't know. But anyway, yeah. So we're going to have this feed into a barn, like so, and then the barn is going to feed into a grain mill. I'll do a one gap in between there. I think that'll be okay. He says, not very confidently. Yeah, I'll go with the one gap. That will probably, well, we need a conveyor belt yet. And that, instead of doing flour, we're going to do animal feed. And then we're going to put down some pastures. Now, unfortunately, I can't feed multiple things. What's the word? I can't feed multiple pastures from a single line because I don't have the logistics block. I wonder whether we can research that. Intermediate logistics. I shall do that. We'll do that research. It's 100. We've still got a blokey there going back and forth doing paper, and that's got. It's not going to be enough paper for it, so we're going to have to do something about that. But you'll see what I'm getting to when that's done there. So if we put a pasture in, pastures do still require water, and we'll still take it from an infinite source. I can kind of see that changing. Although, maybe not, because animals aren't passive, they're an active thing. So let's put the pasture down. Does it matter? The idea is I'm going to have pastures all along this edge, this coast. I can in fact put them right on the edge of the water if I want to. I could drown the animals, but yeah, I think if I put it there. Just trying to remember from the last game I played where I needed to have fertilizer and the wool come out separately because of issues with supply. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter right now. So we'll put down a pasture, and this pasture is going to make. I think milk was the idea I was going to have. Milk sells for 6 gold. but I do need red coins. I will still need a supply of standard gold, but maybe we could set him to do beef. Upgrading the base requires leather, so yeah, I don't know. Does leather get sold to people? It does not. It does not. Leather does not get sold to people. Okay. So there's an interesting choice. Do we go for the leather to upgrade the base, or go with beef to get the red coins? I'm gonna go with the beef. Let's go with the beef. Okay. And we will then have you come out and go straight into there. Okay. And then we will grab another barn. Then have you come out and go up to there. And that's completely automated now. So that should produce everything required to make beef. And this should end up filled with beef and fertilizer, which is not ideal. I don't want them going into the same places. But in fact, yeah, there's no way I can do this yet. When a pasture is full of fertilizer, it will still carry on. It will not run out of. It won't stop producing things. It will only stop producing things when its primary output is done. The secondary output, it doesn't matter about. So if that gets filled all the way to 10, it will still carry on output and stuff. So yeah, that's a thing. But anyway, the farm is doing its farmy thing. You can see it's these are too many crops for this farm running at this speed. It's too slow. You can see all the crops are ready. It's randomly picking a crop around the places. It's just not farming fast enough. And adding more tiles will not help. Or adding more grain, I should say. Can I pick the grain? No, God. Let's can't copy the grain. Let's put in more grain. There we go. So even if I was to get these tiles wet and full of fertilizer, they would grow quicker, but it would not harvest faster. To harvest faster, obviously you need to add more workers to it. So if I do this here, you can see you can put a lot more workers in it as well now. If I drop that down to say 5, it goes manic. That is about as fast as you can go for a chute. I believe the chute is a little bit faster than 5, but way slower than 6. So that will eventually drop to 3, and then eventually drop to 2 and 1, and that's kind of how it works. Obviously the barn's going to fill up well before that, because this is going slowly. You could have multiple grain mills being fed by a single farm. This process does mean that you don't need multiple farms as much, because things are going well. And I think I missed one. I think that the way this process works, a full field you could have 6 workers, I believe it was. I haven't done extensive testing of that. I tested this to find out how it kind of works, but I'm still not confident with it. I've not done long range testing with it, or long term testing with it, but I believe a full field you could have 6 workers with a magic belt coming out, and it would be enough. In fact, the magic output belt you can have, I'm not sure how far it goes up. 10. 10. Yeah, I think if you had the magic belt taken it out and it being supplied all the time, so there was never a bottleneck, it would actually eat the grain faster than it currently is growing, unless you fertilise the fields and water the fields. As I said, I've not done extensive testing on that. Essentially, all the tests I had went to the point where I could not get the corn out of the farm fast enough. So, yeah. But basically, that's gonna go and do its thing, and it's gonna go slowly because it just is really. Go slowly. Beef takes a long time to make, and I'm not sure how adding workers to it would make it go any faster. You can upgrade pastures. That is something that I'm going to do, in fact. Requires planks and 100 gold. Makes it faster. And obviously increases 50% speed. Again, the workers, you can add workers to this to speed it up. I'm not sure how adding more workers does speed it up. Do they run around and force the grain down the animal neck? I don't know. In fact, there are no animals in there. So I'm not even sure where the stuff's coming from in the first place. But I don't want to start doing that because I'm. If I set it to 100% speed, I suppose that would be okay. I don't want to use up all my people. That's what I mean. Right. So we have fertilizer. We have meat. I have no real way of filtering this off yet because we need to do our logistics. That will add things and filter things together. So we're going to need a way to do that. You are almost done for grain. There's no point in removing the grain from that. That's just a little temporary thing. That does not matter. In fact, these workers can go. Goodbye. Goodbye. So if we take the beef, we could deliver it to here, and that would feed our houses, and everyone will be happy. And the fertilizer can't be used anywhere else, although I can have the fertilizer go to the farms. Let's do that. Let's go fertilizer to the farm. No, fertilizer to the farm, please. And you are going to take beef to the market. Now, I'm pretty damn sure this pasture is not going to keep up with the supply. Looks like wagons can go around do things. You'll see, there you go. We've supplied 4 fields with fertilizer, and that's going to go on. I don't need to do this. The stuff will go fast enough. Conveniently, when a crop is fully grown, the fertilizer just stops and isn't used up. So it's not like real life where even if you don't have anything in the ground, the fertilizer will be used in the ground because rain and bits and pieces. Although it never rains. It's always cloudy. Always cloudy. There's some blue sky in the places there. It's quite a nice coastal sort of picture. Probably a bit cool. You know, no rain predicted, so we're all good. Yeah. But yeah, I don't see this keeping up with demand, if I'm honest with you. I reckon it's going to run out. But that's the farm. That's the new changes to the farm. You see it's going along there. And if we were to take water out of a well and put in it, it would then hydrate the crops to make them grow faster. Again, I don't need to make the crops grow faster in this situation because this isn't using up fast enough at the moment. So yeah, we could increase the grain mill. Do that. Increase that all the way. Make as much animal feed as possible. I'm not sure what the ratios are, how to do this yet, because obviously this is a brand new change. From the looks of things there, that looks like it's using more than it's actually getting in. We're having a loss on grain. And not because we're not producing grain fast enough, it's because it's not coming down the conveyor belts fast enough. Which is a bit of a problem. You do get these weird backup things on conveyor belts. On chutes. In fact, I do wonder whether conveyor belt might be a better idea here. Let's have a look. No, I think the chutes were just as good, or maybe even better. I'm honest with you. See, that works really well. If you can get the chute going and flowing, that works well. But as soon as it starts backing up, you get this weird, like, knock-on effect from the start. So it slows down a little bit. It's a bit odd. It's just the way it works. It's not a problem there. So that's going to work. That's going to go. We've run out of fertilizer. Not really fussed about that, to be honest with you. Fertilizer's not a big thing at the moment. But yeah. Anyway, that's how the new farm system works. I'm sure there is more to it, and I'm missing something out there. But that's the general consensus to it. If we were to supply water, it would make that faster, and then crops would grow even faster. You could, in theory, overlap these. Have another farm there, and you see that would overlap, and that means that centre part there would be dropped down even quicker. So I could put one there, one up there, one over there, and that would go faster. You could probably put 4 farms together, and the centre crops would be grabbed or chopped really quickly. So yeah, that's quite an interesting way of doing it. I'm not sure about what sort of builds work there or how that would work, but right now you see the biggest drawback is getting the crane or getting the crops out of the farms fast enough. That's just the biggest drawback. It's just not quick enough. Chutes not quick enough. Conveyor belts not quick enough. I think metal ones maybe, and mana ones definitely are. But you do even get to a point where with 10 workers and all your fields going at full whack, even magic ones can't do it. So you then move into the realm of grabbers and multiple conveyor belts, but we'll get there. We'll get there in the future. Anyway, we need to sort out our wood supply for our lumber mill to get our spool going again. But that is going to have to wait until the next episode. Forestry, I can't really do a great deal with the changes to do with that because I can't plant trees yet, because I don't have any metal. So that's pretty much the same as it is at the moment. But yes, that's going to be it for this episode. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed one. Hope to see you again next time. And until then, as always, have fun.